friends, and welcome to the September haul. I can't even believe that it is already September. Oh my gosh. So, little box that I ordered back in August. This was just some of their clearance stuff. It was some of the inserts. I thought I'd share them with you so that I can go and put them into my business planner because that is where they belong and I'm excited to get them in there. So, as always, it comes in this little cloth case, which I love. Love these cloth cases. I use them for a variety of different things, but a lot of times it's to store covers in because usually the junior size covers and anything smaller than a junior size cover will fit. And so I will put some of my covers in here to keep them safe and put them on the shelf. So anyway, just an idea for you if that's something that you want to try. So it's a big fat stack because it is the entire half letter size 2025 vertical weekly lined Monday start planner pack. And yeah, obviously it's half letter. What's the freebie? This is just a beautiful package. I love this little sleeve that it comes in, but then you get this with a little intention box dossier. This is the October one. So we'll put that up here. Little sneak peek at October. And then these are this month's, I don't know if it's for the whole month or it's just for the beginning of the, if they change it out throughout the month, but these are I can't say that, so I'm not even going to try. But they're basically like fillet stickers. Oh, they're filleted fillet stickers. So don't know what I'm going to use them for because they're not usually one of the size or style of sticker that I use, but it's okay. And now for the weird reason why I bought this. After I get it, sorry about the crinkling. I have to get it out of this paperwork here. Okay, I bought it for this page right here at the beginning of every single month. The rest of it is an undated, it's dated, so obviously I'm not going to be using it, but I love the quotes page on the beginning, and they did away with this for the 2026 version of it, and I wanted it. So I want the quotes page for every one of the beginning of the month, and yeah, so that's why I did it. So I have all of this is all stuff we're not going to use, and then it starts here. It has a notes page on the back, and then it has this quotes page on the front, and each one is featuring a person and like a definition of something that they feel goes well with that month. So passion for this one. And then this is a usual setup. So this is a 2025. I may give this to my daughter to kind of play around with, but this is this style right here. And I think she might actually like this because this is very easy to read date. So you can see here that it literally just has that right there. Now you wouldn't be able to do it with the monthly part of it because that's pretty much set in stone, but you could definitely redate these if you wanted to kind of play around with a 2025. And because they are, or were, I don't know if they are still, but they were 75% off. So you could get a pretty good deal on these guys. But for me, I'm just going to take all of these out, and then they're all going to go into my junior planner because I need them. So anyways, I just wanted to share this one with you. That's all this whole entire stack is just for my business planner because I wanted this front cover sheet, and for 75% off and having all the extra pages for my daughter to kind of play around with and see if this is something that she would like, I think it's perfect. So anyway, stay tuned. Be back in a minute with more. Okay, so next up I have gloves on. Sorry. I'm swatching out some of my inks. I wanted to switch how I put them down because I wanted to test them on paper that I'm actually using. So I grabbed an old Aura Estelle with the same paper that they use in the Hope Meet Your Cousin, but this is prior to it going bad, so this was before they had some problems, and I got a new ink, so I wanted to swatch it out with you because it is part of the haul. This is the only one I'll swatch with you because I know you guys have seen me swatch inks before and you probably have no desire to watch me do it again, but I thought this one was really cute. I have two more coming, so there'll be two more in this haul, but this one is the Emotions ink collection, and this is the Joy Sepia. So I really look at how stinking cute that is. I'm just like, I love it. So let me just open the bottle here. I'm reorganizing and trying to make this a little bit clearer. I bought a pen for my daughter, which I'll haul in just a second. As soon as I get all this stuff out of the way, I'll do the rest of the haul because I also got my jeans agenda. But look at the little Emotions collection, and it tells you all about it. And there's a bunch of these. You can see them right here. So I do have, I think, did I grab another one of these? Or no, I didn't. It was a bundle of 2 inks from another company, but I thought those were really cute. And this one reminded me of, the Disney cartoon. So I'm just going to mix it up a little bit to make sure that it's good to go. And open. Oh, I forgot to take the plastic off. Oh boy. Hang on. There's a little. I'm going to make a giant mess if I don't take this off because it'll get all over the plastic. And yeah, I didn't even notice it was on there. Boy, they do a good packing. Good packing. I did order this one off of Amazon, including the other 2 and the pens that I ordered, which I'll show you the pens here in a second. But since my daughter is coming this weekend to spend the weekend here with me, I thought I would give her her pen, and this will be her first fountain pen, so I'll teach her how to clean it and fill it and all the good stuff with it. So I wanted my inks to be someplace where she could look through them and pick one for her new pen. Okay, now we can open it up. So the way that I like to swatch is I take this little dropper and then I just put some dots on the paper like this. I feel like this gives me like the best view of how the ink dries and if there's any shading or any shimmer or anything like that. It's really easy to see as the ink dries. I also ordered, which will be in this haul, but it'll be later in the haul, so you can check that out, a notebook specifically for the inks with what was called ink-friendly paper. And there's a set of 3 of them coming. So when you get to that part of the haul, you'll see those ones, and I'm going to use those. So this is just like a temporary spot because obviously this is an old planner and it's very used. Very, very used. There's like no space left in it. I lost my little piece of paper. So this is the Monteverde. I need my little paper so I don't misspell anything. Monteverde, Joy, Sepia, and this is from the Emotions collection. And little heart. So once that dries down, it'll be really interesting to see what that turns into because that's a beautiful color right now. Like it's absolutely gorgeous and definitely going to go in my new pen. I'm definitely going to be using this one. But in case you're curious, this is also something that I use. It's a little glass. It's kind of like an end here. So if you wanted to, you could grab some ink and kind of move it around, give it a little bit, just kind of a smudger. And then you've got a dip pen on the other side. And I showed this in another haul, so I cannot for the life of me remember where I got it, but most places have them. And Jet Pens, I just ordered a new dip pen from Jet Pens, which will be here in that other part of the haul. It's at the same time as the rest of the haul. So when you see the stuff from Jet Pens, you'll see the new dip pen, the fountain pen friendly notebooks where there was a set of 3 that I ordered so that I can keep my colors separated. And then I also got another ink from Jet Pens, but that one's not set to come till like mid-September, so you'll see that later in the haul. Anyways, stay tuned. I have some pens to share. I'm just going to clean up this mess and then I'll be right back. Okay, now I am done with all the swatching mess. So this is the ink that I'm going to be putting into my new pen, which is right here. I already peeked at it to make sure it was what I thought it was. And then I bought one for my daughter. So I don't want to open this all the way because she hasn't gotten it yet and it's a gift for her, but I thought I'd show you. This is the let's see if I can get enough not shine in it, but this is the Coeco Hello Kitty. She's a Hello Kitty nut. Everything she has is Hello Kitty. Her room, her, I mean, just like everything. So I thought she would really like this. Found it on Amazon. Didn't even know Koeko did a Hello Kitty one. So yeah, I picked it up for her and it is here, and I'm going to teach her how to fill it, how to clean it, how to take care of it. And then we're going to pick out a couple of inks for her. Start with, she'll probably pick out one of the pinks or purples from my stash, and then we'll order some ink for her. So anyway, that's hers. Just wanted to show you that, even though you can't, I don't want to take it out of the package because then she'll be sad. This one, however, is something, so this is a Jin Hao, and I've never had one before, so this is my first time using one, but this is it if you're looking for it. It's a Jin Hao. And what I wanted was to try one of the retractables without spending a bajillion dollars for a retractable. So this is how it comes, packaged in this tin, the little rubber thing at the bottom. Look how beautiful this pen is. Like, how stinking gorgeous is that? That is going to go so well with the next thing that, well, I have this from Jane's Agenda, and then my personal planner, which is what I got this for. Hold on, let me grab it. I just thought that these two are stunning together. Look at that. How beautiful is that? And am I a weirdo that I buy pens to match my planners? Anyway, that being said, this is one of these kind. So I'll bring it up here so you can see it. This is going to drive me nuts right here, but I'll get around it. I probably will just hold it. I don't know. We'll see. Because you have to hold it a certain way. So there it is. It's a retractable. Yeah, it's pretty small. Anyway, I just think it's cool that it's retractable. And then I believe, yeah, it's got this type of a filling mechanism. Oh my goodness, the whole thing comes out. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't want to mess it up. So I'm just going to put it back together. Yeah. And then I will fill it later and kind of play around with it and see if I like it. But yeah, it's my very first retractable, and it's pretty inexpensive. So as far as like retractable pens are concerned, you're either going to pay over $100, or I think this one was like less than $20. So I figured to try it out. I didn't want to spend that much money, and it was beautiful. So there we go. Now we'll move on to Jane's Agenda. Everything in here is for here because I, of course, did not have as much stuff as I thought I did when I set it up. I did change my, what do you call it? The subscription for Infinite Lotus to this size because I feel like this is going to be the best place for me to have, like I'll have an actual subscription that will go with this. But here's a little thank you card. There's another little clip on there. I can give that one to my daughter. And then look at these. So this isn't usually my preferred style of cover. This kind of like the, what do you call it? Laminated. It's just laminated vellum, which the vellum, you know, gorgeous. And I would actually love to try that with my own vellum that I have sitting in front of me. Like, how cute would that be if we could do that? But I don't know how. And I don't have, I probably could do it. I might try it. Yep, I just talked myself into it while you were here listening to me talk myself into it. I might try it. I might make myself some covers out of the hollow. Yeah, Harvest from the Hollow. I might do that. Anyway, so these are the covers that I picked up for this because right now she actually doesn't have a cover. She just has a divider. So this isn't a cover. It's just a little dashboard from Cloth and Paper. And so I wanted an actual cover for this. And I thought, since we don't have 2-inch rings in here, which I know I can, guys. I don't have them in here right now, and so I don't think of like I need anything big and bulky. And I'm pretty sure this is super bulky, by the way. Like, look at how thick that sucker is. It's amazing. But for now, I was thinking I picked these up. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm very excited about these. So same ones as I have in the other planner, in my business size planner. So I already knew what I was getting. You've already seen them, but just look at these. Look at that staircase. How stunning are these? I mean, I just love them. And so I thought I would put the books underneath the vellum overlay like that. So you can still see the books behind it, but just kind of barely. And then these, the other two, will find a home in here probably in the month that we're in. So let's hop over here to September, and we can put one right in the middle. Ooh, yeah. And then I think I'm going to put, how pretty that is. Come on. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. And then I'm going to put one in between the Octobers, because this one's kind of spooky, and I do have this size coming in October with the October artwork from Jane's Agenda, so I will switch this out for October, but that's going to be like the one that sits in there all the time after the October season is over. So anyway, that's that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So anyways, there is everything that I picked up from Jane's Agenda. I know it was a tiny little order, but I've been waiting for it for a couple of days. Because it got hung up, so it didn't get here when it was supposed to, and now I'm really excited because this is ready and I can actually start decorating it, because I need to start decorating it. It is September and I haven't even hit either one of my planners. So anyways, stay tuned, got a lot more coming, and I'll be back with some more in just a minute. Next up, I have 3 orders with inks in them. So I'm going to start with the first one. So this is the first order that I placed, and this one was off of Amazon, and I found that they had this the double. I've seen these on like Jet Pens, Goulet Pens, and a bunch of other places that carry obviously the Monteverdi ink, but I never saw this combination on those ones. I know there's glare. So I really wanted them because, you know, I'm on my quest for every brown ink that I like, you know, brown inks out there. So these two are, like I said, they came as a pair, and there's a bunch of them. If you go on any of those other websites besides Amazon that sells inks, you'll find a whole bunch of pairs of Monteverdi inks, but now there's no there's no glare. So I am going to swatch them out for you along with all the rest of the inks, but I'm not going to do it right now. That way I can show you all of the inks at the same time. The other thing I picked up was another Jinhao. This one I picked up in fine, because I think the first Jinhao that I picked up, I didn't know you could pick what size nib, but I thought, how stunning is this going to be for winter time? Look at how beautiful that is. I think for like the Christmas holidays from Thanksgiving on, this is going to be absolutely beautiful, because it's going to end up going with the Winter Story artwork, and I just think it's just a gorgeous red. And this is, again, it's the retractable, so in and out, and then when you open it on the inside, you've got your cartridge that you fill. And I have not picked which ink I want to use yet, so I'm not going to fill it up just yet. But this one is actually an extra fine, so you can see it on the nib when you pull it out what it is. Let me grab the other one. I'm going to look at the other one because I didn't pick what size it was, the other one, so I kind of feel like it's a medium. But let me see, is it right here? Okay, so the fall looking Jinhao that I got, see how the ink just kind of clumps up on the inside of it? I feel like that is a property of it just being like a less expensive pen, but I'm wondering if I can see on the inside what nib size this one is. Probably if I get all the junk off of it. But if this is also an extra fine, then these pens run super, okay, so this one's a fine. So they do run a little bit thick. Like this, to me, when I write with this, it feels more like a medium nib. But this, they're calling this a fine. So we'll see what that extra fine is like. But just so you know, the Jinhao fine is more like a medium. And then we'll see what that one is once I put it in. But now I've got 2 of them. And I just think they're so pretty. They're going to be really fun. So give me 1 second. Let me get all the rest of the packages unpackaged, get all the inks out, and get ready to start doing some swatching. And then I'll show you all the inks that I got. A lot of them are just samples because I want to test them out. But once I get all that stuff done, I'll come back and we'll go through the swatch book and all of the inks and show you everything. I also got 2 more pens. But the other 2 pens are Twisbees. So we'll see. I'll do all that in just a second. Give me 1 second. The Cocoa Daisy is here, and since I did not get my other order, I'm just gonna do this one now so that I can put it all away, because I actually do want to use this one. So this is October Glow, and on the front you have, this is basically going to give you an idea of exactly what is inside of this box. On the back of it, it is the little story about how this came to be, and then this is a vinyl sticker. And I only was able to get the combination journaling and planner subscription. I wasn't able to add anything on, although I was going to, I wasn't able to because everything was sold out, which is pretty normal for this time of year. All of the autumn, Halloween, and Christmas is very hard to get on, to get any extras, but ooh, I love that. It's okay. It's not like I don't have enough, right, guys? I have so much. I'm going to zoom you out just a little bit because I was just doing a little close-up of my ink swatch book and in another video. And so, yeah, let me just see, where do we want to start? Oh, I think I want to start with, these papers are speaking to me. Let's start with the papers. And this is a stamp. Oh, there's a lot of good stuff in here. So right off the bat, these are now coming in like little sleeves to kind of hold them together, but these papers look amazing. Hold on, let me get them out of there. I'm ready for this. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, since this is, I think is the lightest one, so I'm going to put this on it. And this is basically just a gold foiled, all kinds of like golden leaves, crisp air, warm mugs, sweater wrap, bonfires, you know, that kind of stuff. So all like fall themed words, and yeah, definitely want to use that. I love that. And then these always look like this on this side, but then when you flip them over, you get some beautiful colors. Oh, I love that orange, and I love that. This is my favorite time of year. So, you know, I'm just going to be gushing over everything in here. And then you always get like a specialty paper, which this is actually pretty thick. This is kind of nice. I think with all of the extra things that I've been getting this year and with all the extra goodies that I've been kind of hoarding from Coco Daisy, I might do some cards this year. I might. We'll see. But this is really neat. I think this would be a really fun background on like a holiday card. I might send one, make it and send it to my mom. Okay, so here is your double-sided pages, and look at that. I love that. That is such a pretty scene. And then on the other side, you've got the stripes. And then this one reminds me of like, I don't know, like the little spots on a deer, like a close-up, like a really close-up. I don't know. And then this side has some birds and leaves. That's not my favorite, but definitely love that side. And then you've got some leaves on this side. And then, oh yeah, my plaids. Here's my plaids. Happy, happy, happy day. Okay, so now let's do these really quick because I'm going to put them back in the little container. But these are your thicker stickers. And this is the larger ones. So there is another set of thicker stickers in another collection, like one of the other kits that you can order with the smaller tabs. This is not one of them. So you get 6 large tabs, which is good if you're using like a bigger 7x9 or something like that, or a classic size planner. I tend to not use those for that. I end up using them. I put them all in a little thing in the drawer, and then I pull them out when I need to use these like on file folders or on stuff like that. So I don't typically use them in my planners because I don't have any planners that need anything that big, but they still get used at some point. So these are the thicker stickers. So you just pull the backing off and put them down, but they are going to give quite a bit of bulk to your planners. So if you're using like a Hobonichi style or a thinner paper, Wonderland 222, any of those, you're probably not going to want to use those stickers very often. And then the tabs. Okay, this stamp, I want to see the stamp. I'm going to put it on something so that you can see it better. Probably just take this out because this is a good backing. Hopefully it isn't a ton of glare, but it says autumn, and then you've got days, goals, thoughts, blessings, and a little spot to write. So if you wanted to stamp that on your planner, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've seen some of my other videos, but chalk ink works really well with these stamps in your planners, and then it doesn't bleed through. Then we have a little notepad, which I believe it's probably like a sticky notepad, probably. Yeah, sticky notes with that same little birds and the leaves. And then your card. So this card, I usually will use this as some sort of decoration on a divider in my planners, but it does also have your October journaling prompts on the back. So it has a double purpose if you wanted to use it for that. Then let's do these because I won't pull them out. I'm just going to try to make it not glare. But you've got some collage pieces this time, which I really love. So I'm definitely going to be using these. I don't tend to use these very much, but I'll probably use that Halloween down there. I don't know how well you can see it without the glare, but there's a Halloween down there. But love the collage elements of this one this time. And this one. So this one has October appointments, important, self-care to-do list. Don't forget this month. Happy fall, y'all. Sweater season, autumn days, and some nice other collage pieces. So probably going to use quite a bit off of that as well. And it comes, these are the rub-ons, and it comes with this popsicle stick in the back that you can use to just rub it onto your page. Then, oh, look at this one. Let's see. I don't. Hopefully you can see it like that, but these are the clear stickers that don't have they look like meh, whatever, until you actually put them down on paper, and then they just like pop off the page and they're almost completely flat. I think in size wise, as far as like how much it's raised off the paper, this is the flattest that you could possibly get is the rub-ons. This would be next. As far as Coco Daisy is concerned, because she doesn't do washi paper. This would be next with these clear stickers. That would be the next like profile size. And then these vellum stickers would probably be next after that. And then the thicker stickers. So if you're looking for the lowest profile, you're going to have to go with this right here, which is the rub-ons, and these clear ones, and the vellum, which is why it's all a part of the whole journaling kit collection, so that you have like the lowest profile stickers possible. But for some reason we get those other really thick ones in here. I don't really know why, but these are really nice. I love using those. But you have to be wanting to have a little bit of a glare to your spread to use those ones, because they are on that clear paper and it does, you know, reflect light. Whereas these don't. These are matte. So you do not need to worry about, obviously, because see, there's nothing going on here, but these are beautiful. Look at Gather What's Good. So these are like your little quote section and some of the washi strips. Then this one is your days of the week and your numbers and your half boxes. And then a full sheet. Now this isn't washi paper, so you can't rip it, but you can cut it. You could die cut it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Or use it as a full page and put something on top of it, like your card. You know, not this one, because that is a beautiful scene all by itself. It doesn't need anything on top of it, but this would look nice on a page, just like that. But this is another full sheet of vellum paper. Then some more bigger deco, I like that card, and some more washi strips at the bottom, and then your alpha set this month in the colors that match this very, very well. I love that. Okay, so that, besides the washi, let's talk about the washi, because I like this washi. I actually like this washi. So I've kind of fallen off of the washi train after I have probably got like 500 rolls of washi here. But every once in a while, there's one that will come across my desk that I actually will use. Most of them are Coffee Monsters Co. But every once in a while, Coco Daisy will come out with one that I will really, really love. And this is one of them, because it has like a lot of the old timey time kind of postal things on here. It's got some, it looks like library stuff on here, some calendar stuff. There's all kinds of like collage elements on here that I think goes really well with a lot of different types of spreads, where if you want to just add that little pop of something vintage on your page, this is perfect. And it kind of goes very well with this. You can see where they got a lot of the pieces that are in here look a lot like this. So you're just basically taking this and turning it into washi. So anyway, that I think is really, really nice washi. So we're going to put that over on my desk. And that's all I have from Coco Daisy. I will be back hopefully with some Jane's Agenda. Okay, next up I have an order from Jane's Agenda. This was for my daughter for her new planner. So what I wanted to do is haul it, because I have to take it to her tomorrow and I won't be able to show you what's in here if I don't hurry up and haul it. So this is the September box. I like that. I like that a lot. I have one, so it'll be nice for her to get one now. And then I'm ripping her stuff and she'll be all right. All right. So what she ordered, I'm going to put it back in the box so I can take it to her, but she ordered the Roses dashboard, which this is one that's all by itself. I'm going to leave it in the plastic so I don't have to re-put it back together, but she got the Roses divider. She got the full set, so all 12 months of these vellum overlays with just the letter, the line, and then it out the front with this like really pretty design along the outside. I'm going to leave it so that she can actually open these herself. So unfortunately, I can't really show you. And then this one is the work one because she is using her planner for her job. She's a supervisor. And this one has like all of the ones that you've already seen before because I've already hauled these for myself, but it's meetings and projects and notes and that kind of stuff, which I think is perfect for her. And these are also the vellum overlays. She took a ton of my JA dividers and all that stuff, so she's got a lot of stuff for those to go over, so she's not just like, they're not just hanging out by themselves. And then she's kind of going for more of a softer floral theme, and she really liked this flower as well as a divider, so she picked up this one, and that's a really delicate one that I think goes really well all year long. And then she got these. So she got the snap color covers in blush, which this is an older version, so it just has the one single pocket and not the little extra pocket down here to add more things to stuff. She's not really a stuffer of her pockets. What will end up going in here is like some of the stickers that she needs for her work planner and things like that, maybe paperwork or whatnot, but she's not a big pocket stuffer kind of person like I am. I don't know why, because I am, but I think this one's fine for her, and she picked it. So this is her snap cover. I don't even have blush. I'm a little bit jealous because I like that color a lot, and I don't have that one. But since I already bought 2 covers recently for myself, there was, yeah, we're not doing anymore. Okay, then we got 2 more fun things that came in today. Let me put this back inside of the box. All right, so Graceful Muse and Sterling Ink. Sorry, I could not for the life of me think of the name. So I'm going to do Sterling Ink first and Graceful Muse second. So Graceful Muse is actually in the PBC sale this month, which I know you guys are going to see this afterwards, but I hardly ever see them in any sales. So it's probably going to be, you're going to see some stuff from them in my next month's haul because I'm going to try to pick some stuff up from her shop during the sale. I was also thinking about getting one of her planners, which have been pushed back to October. So maybe by the time you see this video, they'll be up and you'll be able to pick some up if it's something that you're thinking about, which I am thinking about it. This looks like we're getting into some fall stuff. I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited. Look at, oh, yes, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this. Let me just get all the goodies out of all the plastic. I'm so excited about this. All right. So let's see. Luckily, this is white, so we're going to use this as our backdrop. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, look at that. That dark sky with the moon and the birds and these like old neighborhoods and Victorian houses. That's beautiful. And this one, am I doing it upside down? No, I don't think so. It's hard to tell because the moon is up here and then the birds, well, they're not upside down, but then this, I don't know. Anyways, it looks very dark and I love it. And the flowers are really dark. And yes, I'm totally here for that. And then look at this. Oh yes, that is beautiful. I love that. Love, love, love. And then you have your usual, these 2 pieces, which are like your functional pages. So we have these 2, and then we'll get into the goodies. Let's see the artwork. Okay, I'm going to set this down and just zoom you in so I don't have to keep picking it up and putting it down. I'll save this for the end, even though half the time I forget. I'll save that to go with it because those are, here, let's do the smaller ones first. So you got the florals, all your like individual florals, and then this one here is all of your like florals that are put together in collage form. And then these are your smaller pieces. Oh, I love this. This is going to be fun. Overlays right there. But that is super fun. And then some smaller scenes in there. I find when I get those smaller scenes that they work really well in my little personal planner. And then here are your days of the week with all of your little florals over it. Let's get into the big pages. there is a full scene and your stamps, which in the stamps I can see like a little breakfast thing, lots of like outdoor housing kind of stuff, like older neighborhood looking things, and a lot of the florals with the moon and the birds. Let's see what's here. Ooh, I love that. This is your strips. Yeah, that's strips. And these are like raised torn edges. I'll bring it up so you can really see it pretty good. This is beautiful. This one has a silver foil when I get to the silver foiled ones. These are your frames and like your little extras. These are great for underlays. So sometimes also I'll rip them and use them to put my headers on, just to give them kind of a backdrop. And then you've got florals and that sidebar, which there should be two. Let me see. Yep, there's two of those. This gives me like spooky dark academia kind of stuff, which I really love, but it's kind of mixed with non-spooky. So like it looks like an old kind of rundown neighborhood. If you really take a close look at this, it looks like there's like trash and stuff on the ground. Oh, I see. There's like leaflets falling. I wonder what the story is behind this. I know a lot of people who draw their own artwork I know I used to have to come up with stories in my head as to what I was drawing so that everything would make sense. So I'm really curious what the thought process was behind all of this, like what the story was. And I don't know if she actually ever shares it, so I might put it on her video and ask her. But there is that. So that, like I said, has the silver foil. Then you have your October headers, and this is a full, like, very thin vinyl sticker, which I really like. I've been kind of waiting for her to do something kind of starting to get towards fall, Halloween-y fall kind of stuff. There's another little, that's a clear sticker, clear vinyl, I guess. I don't know how to say. I'm not sure what that paper is exactly, but these are all the small things that come in the envelope. So I'm just going to set them all out. And ooh, like that. Soft touch card. So there is all of the little things. So these ones right here are tabs. I never use those. I do use those. And like I said, that's like a clear vinyl, and then your freebie, and then your October calendar, another type of October header, and a soft touch card. So that is everything that came in the sterling ink this month. Oh, I love it. I love it. Starting to get into my spooky little heart. All right, it's funny too, because I'm not a big like jump scare horror film. I'm more of a suspense film kind of a person, but man, do I love fall and Halloween and all the decorating and all the things. So I'm ready for it. Okay, I'm going to keep this out because Graceful Muse doesn't come with a white background. Theirs is a cardboard background. So this one is very bright. This kit's a super bright, vibrant one. I'm going to start using the coffee one from last month here, like very, very, very soon. So this one will be good for, it's supposed to be for October. All right, let's take a look. Here is, oh, I love that. Here's the paper, and it's got gold foiling, which this trace foiling around the flowers is gorgeous. Love that dog. Oh my gosh, that dog is adorable. A little coffee scene right here, taxi outside. Wonder where this is supposed to be. All right. This is your October like vellum overlay, which says fall, the perfect fall weekend, a good book, a warm drink, and a vibrant tapestry of changing leaves outside your window. Yep. Love it. Love that. And then let's get into the kit. Oh my goodness, the card is gold foiled. That same trace gold foiling. Oh yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, this one That is fun. That's really fun. So that's your foil. This is an extra page. You don't always get foil in them, but when you do, they're awesome. Here is the October monthly with the florals behind it. And this one, I'm just gonna put these down first and get them out of the way because these are like your functionals. Love this page. Can't live without that page. And then I'll just put them down two at a time because I think the camera is plenty close enough for you to see it, but it is beautiful. I love the colors. It's very fall, but still not like, I don't see any oranges in here, which is the typical color palette for fall. So that's nice. Lots of burgundies. And this dog. I love that dog. I love that dog. It's so stinking cute. But then you have all of these. These are your dividers and your floral dividers. And then your full box scenes with the trace foiling. And your... So I think one of these, let me just double check because I haven't been using them. Yeah, this one is like little pieces in here. So if you flip your pages over, you can kind of see where they're cut, but these are like little torn edges and they're all inside of this big one. And then these ones are actual big washies, just in case you think you have another big washi and then you realize you don't. And then your florals and your big scenes and your big floral corners, which are beautiful. Pumpkins on the stairwell. Yeah, I love it. Love, love. Okay, totally happy with that one. Still's never going to beat the coffee one. The coffee one is my favorite. I'm going to be using that one soon. But anyway, stay tuned. I have a couple other things coming. So I will be able to, hopefully tomorrow, I'll get some more stuff coming in and we can keep going with the haul. Well, I got a happy surprise today. So I was swatching up some inks and my jet pens order showed up and I wasn't actually expecting my jet pens order to actually get here until Monday. So I'm really excited. Today is Saturday and you know, you don't get anything tomorrow. So I was kind of swatching out some of my inks because I got a new swatch book. And yeah, this has just a few, not nearly as many as I did last time, but this was mainly an order for my daughter because she's decided she doesn't like the ink that's in her pen. So she wanted a different one. And then at the same time, I was researching like the Pilot. I don't know. I was just doing things. I was doing stuff. So I picked up a couple of inks, picked up one that she chose, which I'll swatch out for you even though it's going away. I'm probably going to try to take a sample of what she bought. Ugh. It's called Diamine Mystique. Oh, that one's going to be a lovely one. Got the Cafe Crema from Robert Oster that I really wanted in my pen. That's going up in, if you watch the ink swatching video, this was one of the samples that I got. I wanted to put it in one of my new pens and I wasn't able to because it was going in the TWSBI, and the TWSBI you have to put in, and as far as I know, if there's another way, please leave it in the comments down below, other than taking the entire thing apart, which I feel like that's probably the only answer. But yeah, I couldn't fill it with this because it wouldn't fit, because these are the size of the little samples that they send you, and this, you know, the TWSBI would not go down far enough in there to actually pull up any ink out of the bottom. So I did pick that one up, which I already have that one swatched, so I'll show it to you once I get there. And then I picked up the antique black, and this one is the guitar antique black, and this one is also swatched out, so I will also show you this one so that you can see that one swatched. So I have only got really one to swatch for you and then show you these pens. I did order the refillable inserts because I guess they don't come with them, but I've never had the Pilot Kakuna. They're not expensive at all, and I thought they were super cute. So I loved this pink and cream. I think it's called Strawberries and Cream, probably says it somewhere on here. I actually still have my receipt, so I will look it up and tell you which one that one is. But I love Pilot pens. So you, like, as far as like the least expensive pens that I really, really enjoy, the Pilot is one of them, and then the Jinhao is another one. But sometimes the Jinhao clogs up on me, so sometimes that's a little bit frustrating. So I wanted to try some other ones. So this one is, hold on, Pilot Kakuro Pink. They both just say pink. One says soft pink and one says pink, and I don't know which one is which. So yeah, anyways, one of them's pink and one of them is soft pink, but we'll open them up and check those out and see. Those ones I will ink up and test and do the whole thing. But right now, let's just look at these inks real quick. So I have my little swatch book out. As you can see, it's still wet. And a couple of the inks that I swatched out already, I'll have to flip back to, but just to show you the antique black, it's still drying right here. But one of the properties that I love about these three inks right here is that when they dry, like when you write with them, they're really dark, like really dark black. But when they dry down to a completely different color. So this antique black dries down to this really pretty dark gray, and it's got like a little bit of brown properties to it. The smoke noir just like literally just dries down to this beautiful gray, but starts out dark like this one right here. This is the Cloth and Paper Avant-Garde. This one stays pretty dark like all the time, but this one, you can watch it happen in front of your face. And then the the Cat's Daily, Cat at Midnight from Ink Institute, that one dries down to this really pretty blue. So I kind of kept them together because I actually really like those. Unfortunately, this one I only have in a sample, so I might have to go purchase that one. And then these ones, I have 2 bottles of this because I'm halfway through with this one. This is my one that I use all the time. And the Cloth and Paper is this little tiny bottle, but it's not a big deal. So what I don't want to happen is for me to mess up the pages that are still wet, but I'm going to see if I can find the Cafe Crema. So you can, oh my goodness, look at that. It went right through the black. Eek, I don't want it to go all the way through. Hold on, let me throw something in between because I need something a little bit less absorbent in there. I think this one is a little bit too porous, so it ends up coming through. And then I don't want to blot it. So this is the Cafe Crema, however you want to say it. And I really, really love that color. So that one is another one that I wanted to purchase a full bottle of because I really want that in one of my new Twisbees. I think it's the caramel one that I was working on. So these are the 2 Twisbees that are in that swatch video that I inked up and used, and I believe what I wanted it for was this one. This one has a different ink in it. So if you go, I have them written down, but I don't have them all memorized because I actually have quite a few pens that are inked up right now, just because I've been getting a lot of inks and I want to experiment with them. So I can't remember exactly which one this is. I believe it's Monteverde. It's not the Canyon. I believe it is the Brown Sugar. So Brown Sugar is in this one right here. And then this one right now is holding, I think, I don't remember. Maybe the Caramel Brown? I'm not sure, but it's going to be empty. And I'm going to put the Cafe Crema in it. So there's those. And then this one right here, I'm going to swatch it out while this page is still wet, and then I can set this off to the side and I will open up the new pens. So I feel like if I really like this one, which I don't think I will, but if I do like it, I'm actually think what I'm going to do, just to be sure, I'm being very picky about my new swatch book. So I have everything kind of laid out in ways that I feel happy with when I look at them. I'm trying to keep things grouped up, and then there's big spaces in between to add to. So, and if that, because that's a purple with a gold shimmer, that may not actually make me happy in that book. So I'm going to put it in this one because this is my original one, which was just using the extra back pages from my Hobonichi cousin that I didn't finish all the way. I had it, so I had a few pages in the back, and so I was kind of playing around with some inks. So I think I'll do that. But you can see here, see all that gold shimmer in there, which is what she wanted. She wanted a very dark, almost black purple, because I've told you she's a pink purple nut, but she really didn't like the the Ferris Wheel Press, that pink one. She didn't like that one. She doesn't like how it looks once it goes down. So she picked this one. If she doesn't like it, then I'm gonna let her start figuring it out on her own because ink is expensive. And I just can't keep buying bottles of ink or samples of ink. Thankfully, I didn't buy a whole bottle of that Ferris wheel press. But, ooh, that's a lot of shimmer in the lid. I think I have to be a little bit more aggressive with this one. I'm not usually this rough, but you can see that shimmer is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is right there on top. So yeah, anyway, let's take my little dropper and throw some of it down. Make sure I get that. Ooh, oops. Well, it's a good thing I didn't put that in the new one, huh? I would have been losing my mind right now. But it's okay in here. We'll just swatch that out too. All right, so I'm using the glass pen. I went back to the glass pen. For a little while, I was using that Pilot pen. We'll have to see what this, that's a pretty purple. I may need to steal a little bit of this one because that is a pretty purple. So this one is the Diamine, and I will put it in my book where it belongs, which it might actually belong on that page. We'll see how it dries, but we'll see. So this is the Mystique. All right, so we'll let that dry, and in the meantime, while that's drying, I will open up these pens and try to figure them out. So I've never had the Pilot Kakuno before. Sorry, I'm going to put this back in the little box. She'll never even know. Actually, she will, because it'll be missing some, I'm pretty sure. I can already see the gold shimmer happening, which it's not going to happen with her particular pen that she has, because she has a pretty fine nib, but I have a couple of pens that's going to actually show up in, so I'm really, actually really do like that one. Okay, so this one here is fine and fine. I got both of them fine. I didn't know I did. I don't think I did. I think one of these is different, but we'll look. We'll see. I think I was testing out different, sorry for the noise, testing out different ones. And so, fine and, nope, they're both fine. I don't know. I guess I just decided to stick with the same nib. I don't know why. So it comes with ink. Don't want that. These are so, hey, what's this sticker on here? I'll have to take that off later, but it's just a snap cap. There's no like little hook thing on here, which is fine because I don't usually take these with me, but hopefully I got the right. I love that little smiley face on there. I just can't even, just can't. This is basically me being on a quest to find all of my favorite, oh yeah, that's nice. All of my favorite cheap pens. So I've had quite a few. I was going to show you also, I have another one. It's interesting that that little ball is in there. I wonder what that does. But I feel like if you have a shimmer ink in here, that might be pretty good. Look at me. I'm getting ink everywhere. So I don't know what color I'm going to put in this one yet, because I feel like it deserves a color that would kind of go with like a strawberry and creams kind of a color, which I don't have. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. And then we have the other one, which is, so that one is more of like a matte, whereas this one is more like see-through. So probably, except for the fact that this has all this clear barrel right here, so whatever color you put in there, you're going to see very nicely when you're using it. So I feel like you might be able to get away with, if you don't want your ink to match your pen, you might be able to get away with putting a different color ink in it. But I feel like this one's probably not going to afford you that same luxury because of it being very soft, almost like a rose color. Get rid of all that stuff. So it's almost like a rose color, but it's a really soft see-through kind of one. So I feel like this one really needs a nice ink to go with it. And do the same thing and put, oh, that's squeaky, this in it. See, I don't mind refilling my inks a lot. It does not bother me at all. So I know a lot of the hype behind the TWSBI is the fact that it holds a lot of ink. You don't have to refill it very often. But one of the things that I hate about it is the fact that you can't refill it without dipping it. And when you dip it, what happens is this thing gets full of ink, and I don't want that. And in order to clean it, oh, I wonder if you could just take the nib out and fill it that way. I feel like that's going to be a slippery little slope to ruining my nib. But I do know that you can change the nib, you can swap nibs out fairly easily. So I wonder if that's a good way to do it. But this one, it didn't happen quite as badly, but this one is just an absolute disaster. So yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it being up in the top like that. So I have to figure out a different way to make that happen. So here's two new pens right here. Here's another new pen. So this one is a Jinhao, and it is Fine. Yeah, this is a Jinhao Fine, and this is one that comes already with your thing in it, so you don't have to purchase them separately, and they are on Amazon. I think this is a Jinhao 85, but my daughter just bought a Jinhao 100 and it was this beautiful marbled barrel. So I'm going to go peek and see what they have for those, but this is the 85, and I wanted a bright red one for Christmas time. So that's what this one's for. No idea what ink I'm going to put in it, but I had a thought that we might go with, it's probably easier if I show you in the other book. Hold on, let me get the other book out, because that one is going to, well, no, I'm going to end up getting purple everywhere, but let's just go for it. There were a couple of reds. So there's this cayenne that you could put it with. There's also an interesting property that's happening with this cloth and paper rouge that has like that really interesting kind of like shadowing to it. So there's cayenne, rouge, and I thought that I had one more. Oh, that's right. The dragon's blood. I thought that was a really pretty one. Or the sailor Shikiori Yodaka, however you say it. That one was a pretty one. Yeah, so there was like a lot of red choices for that pen. So I do have some thoughts for that one. And this is drying down, but it's kind of slow. So it's looking good though. It's looking good. Also got these. So this again is Shelley Winter's Wild Forest Dog. So this is for, I think, the San Francisco. Ooh, I can't remember which one, but she's in another. It's a limited edition. Franklin and Gertie enamel pen. No, she's in Seattle. So there's a pen show, not a pen show. Why can't I think? I can't think right now. A con, like a Comic-Con, but a mini one. I don't know what exactly one it is called, but this is a special edition pen for that. I'm not sure. Maybe it is in San Francisco. Let me see. Pretty or back. Franklin scoops Gertie in a jar and carries her far away into the forest, where they reminisce about times where you could see all the stars. It doesn't say which event this is for, but that bridge makes me think San Francisco. So maybe San Francisco, I'm not sure. But this was a limited edition pen that if you're a part of her Patreon, you were able to purchase and not have to actually go to the show to buy it. So I picked that up because I had to, and then she added this little guy in here because she knows that I am a absolute nut with her little forest spirits. I love them, and the little frog is fantastic. Yeah, so she's an artist, and I follow her on Patreon. I saw her first at the Spokane, I think it was called Emerald Con or something like that, little Comic-Con that we have in town or in the city, and that's where I first met her and fell in love with this character, and then pretty much have been following her ever since. So there's those, and I can give you a little bit of a peek at this, but unfortunately this sucker's not going to dry before that, but you could definitely see all of that shimmer in there. Just going to be very excited. Definitely going to add this to my book, probably on that same page, because I think it's plenty dark enough to go with that page. But yeah, I really like that shimmer that's in there. It's really pretty. So it'll be interesting to see when it's completely dry how it looks. But that's all I have for you now, and I'll be back in just a minute with some more. Okay, so I have a couple of orders here. One is from Goulet Pens, which you guys already know that I'm obsessed with Goulet Pens. And then I've got my Harriet Wright Designs, and I have my little swatch book here because I think the inks that I purchased were originally samples, so they're probably already in here. And if they're not in here, then we'll swatch them out. But I'm pretty sure that they're already in here, so I can just show you what they look like already swatched out. But little Harriet Wright Designs order, thank you for your order card, and then there's a code on the back. So when you order from her, you always get like a little discount code now. And then very wintry, very fabulous. I'm just now getting into my fall vibes, but I did go through my little container and notice that I was very short on winter kits. So I'm super excited to get some because here where I live, usually winter starts a little bit early. So we don't get, love him, love him. I have these in my front yard all the time. And a lot of people complain about the deer in the area because they're like vermin to them. Look at the little baby fox. To me, I love them. I mean, if my husband would let me put out a trough to feed them all winter long, I totally would do it. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. See, I just am the type of person that doesn't plant anything in my yard that they'll eat. So they don't bother me, and they can't get in the backyard. So, which is where the garden is. So they don't actually bother me at all. But look at how cute. Silver foil. Love it. She did an excellent job on this one. Yep, totally gonna use this. I love this village scene with the winter, with the snowfall. It's so pretty. Got some torn edges down here. Hopefully I'm in frame because I'm just so busy oogling over it that I'm not even paying attention. Winter coat. Love the hair. And then this is kind of like a taller, oh wait, there's a stamp right here. Sometimes it's hard to see on hers. Maybe if I get, because she's a very pastel, very pastel. So sometimes it's hard to tell. Okay, it's a little star, a rose, and then like a corner floral piece. And then, yeah, now I can tell. Sorry, guys, I probably should have done that from the beginning, but we'll do it for the rest because I won't make you backtrack. I love him. I just love him. And I love that he's in a few different places. Love the corner florals and some of the individual pieces. And then, oh, this one is your functional page. I use these all the time. I really like these and these. I don't always use her dates and numbers because the planners that I'm using, other than the Wonderland 222, are dated. But I do like these numbers right here. I might actually use those ones. And then your floral sheet with a big old snowflake in there. And just a couple more. Oh, I like that one. I love the bigger florals. Those are so good. So good. I don't have any plans to change up my style at all for 2026, but you never know. But the bigger florals work really well on my daily pages because I love the A5 for the weekly and the monthly, but I don't always need that much on the daily pages. So it's nice to be able to just kind of play. I love playing with my stickers on the daily pages, and I have like enough space to write if I need to write something. But for the most part, I get to just showcase a lot of really beautiful artwork that just makes my heart happy. So here's some smaller florals and some corners. So yeah, if you're kind of wondering like what do you do with all those stickers, I use them. I use the heck out of them. Okay, let me put this off to the side so I can show you what I got from Goulet Pens. So now that my daughter has been doing a lot of planning, they always send you a sucker. A little mini Tootsie Roll has been doing the fountain pens and the planning now quite a bit. She's driving me actually a little bit crazy. I've been kind of trying to find pens that work really well that are inexpensive because she can't spend hundreds of dollars on a pen, and I can't spend hundreds of dollars on a pen for her all the time. Every once in a while, yes, but not, regularly. And she is just like me. She wants everything to be matchy-match. So everything's got to, I think this might be the one that she ordered because I don't remember ordering a black. This is Document Ink Fog Gray, which I don't believe I have that one. So that one might be one that she actually ordered. Oh no, that's the one I ordered. Sorry, that is one that's mine. When I saw the box, it didn't ring any bells for me. So I think I have both of these. So look at this one. So this is Ink Vent, Winter Spice, fountain pen ink. It's a diamine, however you say it, however you want to say it. But this is the red edition. and this was created for our second ink vent calendar. You know what? I forgot about this. I need this. I need the ink vent calendar. There should be one coming out this year, and it may already. I know that is it Goulet pens or Jet pens, or one of them has last year's ink vent calendar in it, but I definitely want to get the 2025 one. So I need to put that on my list of things to go and look for and see if I can't like keep an eye out for it. But the ink bottle for this is, look at that. I mean, I'm kind of upset a little bit about that it got scratched, but look at that bottle. These are just so cool, so cool. And the Winter Spice surprised me. I wasn't really planning on purchasing it, but you can kind of see the shimmer in there. Hopefully you can see that. Look at that shimmer down there. Let's see if I can find it in here for you. So this is the book. This is the big old book. Here's the Winter Spice right here. So it has a lot of these kind of shimmery, shadowy properties, which I just thought was really, really, really cool. And I really liked the way it looked. So it's got some greens and golds and almost, you can see almost like a purpley brown in there. And then it fades down to just a regular like chocolate brown. And yeah, I fell in love with that ink. So I purchased the entire thing. Love that one. And then the document, the fog, I don't know why it didn't dawn on me, because I'm actually using this one right now, and it came as a sample and I really like it. So I thought this would be a good ink for winter, because it starts out kind of dark when you're writing with it. It looks really dark, and then it does, like here it didn't do it, but in my writing, using it all the time in my planner, it starts out kind of gray and then it fades down to this, but there are some shading areas when you're writing, so it has like some variation in the way that it looks when you write with it, and I think it's just beautiful winter color. So I wanted to do something with this, and now that I'm looking at this one, I'm kind of thinking that one would be a really nice purple one as well. So this is a picture of Dorian Gray. We might have to go back and grab this one as well for winter time, because I think that one's really beautiful as well. Okay, so that's that. And then to get on to the big thing, the search for pens that she can afford to purchase on her own if she likes them. I got both a fine and a medium, and these are the TWSBI. I don't know how long ago they came out with these. I'm not 100% sure, but these are the swipe pens. And the reason why I went with the swipe pens, there's a couple of different options for TWSBI, is that these actually have the type of refilling mechanism that she and I really love. So I will show you what that means. So if you haven't had a swipe pen, or you look at it and you think, oh my gosh, that's so cheap, will it even work for me? Like, is that going to be a good pen? And of course, I got an orange one. You know, I had to get an orange one. But this is how it looks, and it comes with this right here, which I'm going to have to do a little bit of reading, because I'm not 100% sure how to put it all together, because I see a springy looking thing in here and I'm not sure what that is. So this is probably not something I'm going to be able to do with you, but look at that. You can fill it the old-fashioned way, which is what I love. That's my favorite thing. Oh, that's what it is. I don't know what the spring is, though. There's a spring in there, so we got to watch out for that spring, figure out what that is. But you can also use cartridges, so you have a choice, and it comes with both, so you can decide for yourself which way you want to use it. If you like the cartridges, you can use the cartridges, but you know me. I love my ink, and I want my ink. So, and I want to be able to change it out easily. And the other TWSBI pens, although they are fantastic, oh, maybe it's just a replacement for this one. Although they are fantastic, and I love them, and I love the way they write, which is why I wanted to test this out, I also love being able to change out the inks without having to pull the nib off. So I did figure out on the regular TWSBIs that if you pull this entire section out, that little, I don't know if you can see it, but let me bring it up nice and close. You see that little black, like pin looking thing right there? That's just like kind of a hole, and the ink, let me see if it's right here where I can grab it for you. You can buy these on Goulet pens, you can buy them on Amazon, you can buy them all kinds of places, but it's just a blunt tip needle with a little 3mm syringe that actually fits right inside of that. So on the regular TWSBIs, you have to take the whole thing out and then put this in to refill it if you don't want to dip your entire pen, which every time I dip my pen in to refill it, this whole entire chamber right here fills up with ink, and I hate that. I don't like it. I don't want to see the ink in here. So how I got around it this last time was using this blunt tip needle and putting it into the little hole and then filling it. And that worked fine. It's fine. But I don't like taking these on and off if I don't have to, because I'm always afraid that I'm going to do something stupid and either A, drop it and cause the tip to get messed up, or B, crush the little tines when I'm putting it back together, because you really have to kind of force it in and you'll feel like a little click when it actually pierces that little section that I showed you where that little pin is. And it's scary. It's a scary thing to do. I don't like doing it. So when I saw this one, I decided that I really wanted to test this one out. This one looks like it has that type of a filler. This type of a filler, which is this one, which is what we're going to switch it out to. This type of a filler, or this type of a filler. And it is very inexpensive pen. So the next test is to see how it writes. So I will ink these up and test them out and show you now that I'm not so scared of it. So give me 1 second. I will ink both of them up, show you both of them, write with them, so you'll see what a fine and a medium look like. And then, yeah, that'll be it. So give me 1 second and I will fill these up and be back. Okay, I got them all inked up, and I thought for context I would show you the artwork that I plan on using for the month of October. So water, hopefully that's water. This one is Harvest from the Hollow, and this was subscription, and then this is the Bewitched Bean. So these are the two main artworks that I plan on using, so I kind of picked my ink based off of that, and I realized that when I didn't open this one on camera to show you, but this is the other one. So this is the medium nib, and this is the TWSBI Swipe, and then this one is the fine nib, same thing, TWSBI Swipe. I brought my pen swatch library little paper over here so that you can kind of see what I chose for ink. So with the medium nib, I chose the Winter Spice because I feel like, let me grab the actual swatch so you can see. So this is the swatch right here. Move this pen out of the way. So it's right here, this one. And I thought that the colors of this would go really well with, because there's a lot of greens in this, believe it or not, and then there's the browns. So I thought that would be really good for this. And then this one as well. And so here is what this one's going to look like. So I'm just going to write, ooh, this is a juicy, juicy. This is Winter Spice. And the pen name is the, what is it, TWSBI Swipe. Nib size is a medium. I don't know nib type, but, and then ink, I'm just going to put the name of the ink right here, which is Winter Spice. And then this is a Shimmer and Sheen, and it's by, just in case I forget, it's by Diamine. And yeah, I love this. I love how dark it is. It's coming out almost like a really dark brown, but then right here, it's already starting to dry, and I can see the green and the gold and the orange. I think this pen, being a medium, is going to be the perfect pen for this ink, because I'm actually going to be able to see in my writing all of the different properties of this ink. So super happy with this one, but this is the medium. And like I said, this one has the Winter Spice in it, which I think is going to go perfectly with this artwork. So this is the pen swatch library page from October out of my planner. And so it will continue to fill up with other inks and pens and markers and stuff that I think will go really well with the artwork that I'm using for October, and then I'll post it later. So just keep an eye out for that video. You'll see a what I'm using pen testy kind of a thing. And then this one is the fine tip, and as you can see, I'm covered in ink because it does not fill the way I expected it to. I thought I could just take it all apart and fill it with the syringe and everything would be fine. No, it's a TWSBI. They want you to bring the ink up through the feed. I sat here for what felt like a million years trying to get the ink to come down from here, and you need to just bring it up. So this one is Autumn Oak, and it is another Diamine. And then this one. So this one, which I think is, let me see if I can find it for you so you can see the actual, so here's the actual swatch of it. And then I'm going to kind of move it out of the way so that I can bring this up so that you can see this one. So I usually just do the same thing. This one also has a lot of different little properties. There's a lot of oranges and yellows in it, which I thought also would go perfectly with this artwork. So this is the TWSBI Swipe in a fine nib. And again, we're doing, this one is Autumn Oak, and it is another diamine or diamine. And this being a fine nib, I'm not seeing as much of the shading, but I'm seeing enough of it to see that I'm really going to love it. So I'll bring it up nice and close so that you can see, but you can kind of get the idea here where you can see there's the oranges and the yellows and they just kind of mix through, and that's what makes it like, that's the autumn oak. Those are the properties that I was looking for, which again, I think is going to go really well. Probably would help if I took it out of the packaging, but here's these. So I think those inks, I think, are going to go very, very nicely with these two collections that I plan on using in October. So anyway, that is all I have for you now. A couple of new pens. These pens are very inexpensive. If you want to go check them out, go over to Goulet Pens and check out. They have different colors, and I think this is a really good option. I like the way it writes. It's smooth. I don't feel any scratchy. I don't hear any scratchy. The ink on the medium is just absolutely outstanding. This is a good pen. This is a good pen that is, let me see if it's on my receipt. No, unfortunately it's not. So the first one is the TWSBI Swipe fountain pen in smoke, and the second one is the TWSBI in salmon. So this is smoke, obviously this is salmon, and yeah, that was it. There's no prices on the actual packing slip, but I know that they're less than $20. So these are really, I think, a really good deal. So anyways, that's all I have for you now. I'll be back in just a minute with some more. Future editing me just wanted to pop on here and show you my new planner cover. This is a Bergeon leather cover. This one is only available on Amazon right now. This particular company only sells on Amazon, so you have to kind of deal with them when you want to purchase one of these, and they're not inexpensive. This particular planner was $169. There were, at the time that I purchased, there were, I think, 6 different colors. I think they're down to 4 different colors right now. And the one that I actually did purchase, which was the dark tea, which is this really beautiful dark brown color, I never received. So I got this one instead of the dark tea one by mistake. I returned this one and then got the same exact one again. So for whatever reason, Amazon cannot get their colors straight. Now, I don't think it's Bergeon's fault, but I do wish that they would actually do something about it and make it right. But I did reach out to them. They did not respond to me when I reached out to them through Instagram, which is basically the only way that you can get a hold of them, through Instagram messaging, and they didn't get back to me. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that. However, as far as this planner is concerned, the quality, the pocket layout, the ease of removing these rings so that you can use it for just a regular A5 cover and not actually have to have it as a rings cover if you want to. I'm going to show you right now. It's super, super easy. There are 2 very minimal little holes right there that you don't even notice. Look at the interior. It is so soft. It is like this beautiful, like suede color, and you just slide in your A5 cover. The pockets are fantastic. Like, everything in here just fits so nice, and the snaps are perfect. Like, I kind of went over it a little bit in the planner flip and chat. So but at the time when I did the planner flip and chat, I was still a little bit irritated because I really wanted the dark brown one, and they sent me this color twice, which this color is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. I kept it. I still have it. And I did go back and buy the black one because I wanted one that I could use with any planner. And this one's really kind of specific, like certain colored planner covers that I put in there just really don't go. And I don't know. I'm just weird like that. Just super weird like that. So it does come with this like little flap on the outside if you keep the rings that you could use, but obviously I put it off to the side. It comes with this little paper as well. Pockets are beautifully lined, nice soft material, like a suede material, like I said. But look at all these pockets. Like, you can't go wrong with this planner cover. It is just fantastic. And this is the first time that they've come out with an A5. Apparently they only had A7 and A6 prior to this. Really was tempted to buy the A6, but I ended up going back and purchasing the other one of this A5, but in black, so that I can use it throughout the entire year. So anyways, just wanted to pop on here, show you this, let you know that there are some issues with Amazon not fulfilling the orders correctly. So if you like all the colors, you don't mind the possibility of getting the wrong one, you can't go wrong with this one. It is beautiful. Quality is beautiful. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say about this. This is the end of the video. I have no more for this month's haul. Stay tuned. I've got some more stuff coming in the next haul, and I will do a little bit better, slower, show you everything with the black one when it shows up, because it'll be showing up in October. So anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.